Hello everyone, I'm Abasud and today we are going to discuss about controls of procure to pay process, SAP controls for that. The first we'll look into the segregation of duty, what type of segregation of duty controls we can have in procure to pay process. So one control can be creation and maintenance of PO versus maintain on the master data. Then creation of PO and approval of PO, approval of PO and receive and receipt good against those POs, maintain vendor master data, reconciliation uh, account, then maintain master maintain vendor master data and maintain vendor payments, and maintain vendor payments versus process good receipt, maintain PO, create or maintain PO versus process good receipt, maintain vendor master data or material data with process good receipt, or create vendor payments and approve purchasing documents. So these are some SOD controls which we should be looking into the procure to pay. Other is then the next is restrict transaction to first functional purchasing organization. So within many organizations, the purchasing function can be highly complex with the regulations that must be adhered to by specific geography. Purchasing term may be organized by product, vendor industry, or by geographical region. Depending on industry, purchasing organization can deal with thousands of vendors. Managing this volume of information can be complex, whether managing vendor or managing POs. Segregating the ability to create and maintain data can help reduce the potential for errors and abuse. Most organizations restrict purchasing by purchasing entries like purchasing group plans and using entry values. So other is limited access to the powerful transactions. So powerful transactions are basically perform mass maintenance of PO, that is the T code MEMASSPO. The other is perform mass maintenance of purchasing info records, that the T code is MEMASSIN. Then confirm vendor changes, that is FK09. Delete archived purchase order, that is RM06ID47. Mass vendor maintenance, that is XK99. Delete vendor master data, that is MK06. Unblock business partner, that is MK05. Block invoices, that is MR02. Enter credit note, that is MRHG, or delete logs for mass changes, that is MSL2. The next is utilize movement type, typically designed for new implementation, like movement type 561, 562, 563, 564, 565, and 566. So these are few transaction code which we need to be taken care. Next is establish control and security over master data. The ability to change master data is limited to core group of employees. Employee who make changes to the master data have sufficient knowledge and training on organization policies and SAP user to understand the issues and implications. Procedure exists to verify the integrity of sensitive master data fields such as bank account numbers and alternate pay. Procedure exists for authorizing change to master data that can affect the purchase to pay cycle. Independent quality assurance process validate master data changes. Master data is periodically reviewed for relevance. The next is restrict changes to business partner. So as we provide a variety of mechanisms to restrict changes to business partner master records. Security permission can set to restrict changes by specific field value to specific field within the business partner record on authorization group, by business partner role, on relationship category, or by relationship group. So there are certain authorization objects that can help to do that. So those authorization objects are B underscore BUPA underscore ATT, that restrict modification to specific business partners based on the value of any business partner field. Next is B underscore BUPA underscore FDG, that restrict the modification of field within the business partner maintenance or review those fields. Next is B underscore BUPA underscore GRP, which is restrict modification to business partner by authorization group. Next is B underscore BUPA RTL, which is restrict modification to business partner roles. Next is B underscore BUPA BZT, which is restrict modification to business partner relationship categories. Next is B underscore BUPA underscore FDG, which is restrict modification to specific fields within business partner relationship. Next is basically restrict changes to the vendor accounting related master data. So this is like similar to the cloud customer records. Vendor master records also contain important SAP ERP financial accounting related data. Special information such as vendor reconciliation account bank data can be important for general internal control as well as fraud prevention. As such, maintenance over such vendor master data field is important in financial reporting. So authorization object which can restrict this is F underscore LFA 1B key, which is restrict modification to vendor master data by vendor account range. Next is F underscore LFA1 underscore APP, which restrict the ability to modify vendor data to purchase data or financial accounting data. Next is F underscore LFA1BUK, which restrict the ability to change the vendor by company code. F underscore LFA1 underscore GRP, restrict the ability to change the vendor based upon account group. F underscore LFA1 LAEN, which restrict the modification to vendor master data by defining fields. Next is restricting change to material master record. Material master is affected to the procure to pay cycle and including accounting data, purchasing information, other details related to purchasing cycle. While the material also affects the production and inventory management, not within the scope of this, but the effect on the procure to pay cycle should be addressed through security. So how we can do that? There are certain authorization object for that. One is M underscore MATEBUK, which restrict the modification to material master data by company code. Next is M underscore MATE underscore WRK, which is restrict modification to material master data by plant. Next is M underscore MATE underscore MAR, which restrict the ability to change the material master data by material type. Next is restrict changes to good receipt. SAP provide variety of mechanisms to restrict the changes to good receipt, including plant and movement types. So the objects for that is M underscore MSEG and BWE, which is stick the modification of good receipt by movement type, and M underscore MEEG MSEG underscore WWE, which is restrict modification to goods received by plant. Next is restrict changes to banking master data. So this is the ability to change the banking data should also be tightly restricted, as bank account information can be highly susceptible to fraud. SAP provide a variety of mechanisms to restrict to the banking master data. So security permissions are F underscore B and KA underscore BUK. So it restrict the modification house bank and bank account by company code. Next is F underscore B and KA underscore MAN, which restrict the general ability to maintain bank master data. So this is what we are having corresponding to the security. Now we are having a control which is corresponding to the configuration. One is define the important field as required. So by default, the field that SAP require for transaction processing or master data entry may not be all fields that you need to fully process business transaction in your environment. So on the basis of your requirement, you need to set the fields as required entry. So it can helps us to get the complete information and correct information. Next is next is configure general payment tolerance. So at times the vendor invoice may be different from calculated invoice print based on PO amount and receiving quantity. This may be due to the estimated price that has changed from original estimate, surcharges or other fees added to the invoice, or other condition. Depending on your business preferences, you may choose to write off small differences rather than invest time and energy in resolving the small dollar discrepancies. SAP allow you to estimate payment tolerance based on the specific condition, which is defining as a tolerance key, establishing the control over invoice entry and payment. So using tolerance also ensure that employee do not write pay more than acceptable per company policy. So within SAP you can define the tolerance at a company code level and within define tolerance key. So by default, tolerance key include AN, that is amount for item without order reference, AP, amount of order with order reference, BD, form small difference automation automatically, BR, percentage, OPU's variance, that is variance between the IR and GR. Next, BW, percentage, OPU variance, which is variance between GR and IR. Then DQ, exceed amount quantity variance. DW, quantity variance when good receipt is equal to 0. Then KW is variance from condition values. LA is amount of blanket PO. So next is LD, which is blanket PO time limit exceed. PP, price variance. PS, price variance estimated price. ST, date variance. VP, moving average price variance. So this is what we are having. Next we need to look for the dual control over sensitive fields. So certain data fields can be particular sensitive either because entry error can cause significant harm or because they are particularly susceptible to fraud. Vendor bank accounts, alternative pay or payment terms, for example, could be manipulated for fraudulent purposes. To protect against inappropriate change to sensitive field, SAP provided dual control settings that place a block on payment transaction whenever a field defined as being sensitive is changed. The block can also be removed by someone with user ID other than ID that changed the data. Another, we need to look for the robust release strategy configuration. Release strategy allow SAP to ensure appropriate authorization and control across the purchasing cycle and are extremely powerful method of control. With this power comes complex. However, with complex come the risk of error. For power, for any SAP audit where purchasing is in scope, you are practically guaranteed an auditor will ask for a SAP configure release strategy. And this is what we are having for this session. So in the next session, we'll be discussing about other topics. Thank you for joining.